Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all distinguished dignitaries, Honorable Minister, delegates and audience members to this inaugural session of the Confederation of the Indian Industries Southern Region Higher Education Conclave 2025 on the theme of Reimagining Higher Education for India's $5 trillion economy. May I now request the dignitaries to come to the stage and occupy their respective seats. Thank you. Thank you so much. So without further ado, let us begin the inaugural session. First, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Ashwin Mahalingam, Co-Chairman, CII Southern Region Task Force on Education and Industry Institute Linkages, and Professor and Dean, Alumni and Corporate Relations, IIT Madras, to deliver the welcome remarks.
Thank you very much. Good morning again, everyone. And on behalf of CII and on behalf of our task force, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the Honorable Minister, Shri Nara Lokesh, to this symposium. Sir, we have a bit of a conundrum that we are facing. On the one hand, we say 5 trillion economy and, all of these jobs that we are going to create and things like this. But on the other hand, currently I'm also the Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations at IIT, so I go around talking to industry. And everyone says the same thing. They all have long faces and they say we're unable to find talent. Right? So this seems to be a little bit of a paradox. On the one hand, jobs are, we are creating more jobs. We have institutions like VIT, IIT and others. And on the other hand, people still complain that they're not able to find employable graduates. So I think that is the crux of the issue that we're trying to address through this conclave. Now, as we were coming up the elevator, I was just telling the Honorable Minister that he and I have something in common. We both went to Stanford. And I just completed my PhD when he entered for his MBA. But I think one of the things I think we should reflect upon is what can we do to create Stanford kind of institutions here? Whether it's an IIT Madras or an IIT Tirupati or a VIT Amaravati, what do we need to do? And I'd love to hear your reflections also on what you felt was some of the secret sauces behind the Stanford experience. But there are a few things that came to my mind. One is, as I'm sure you will agree, when you look at the student body, they're very diverse and multi-talented. People were good at many things and they were not necessarily only academic fields. And I think that sort of was one thing that contributed to that university occupying pride of place. Second is you had this amazing group of faculty who were just dreaming and imagining wonderful things, and they brought a lot of that into the classroom and things like this, which really inspired and motivated people. They were extremely well resourced, so they could start new centers. We were just talking a little bit about quantum and what we're trying to do together. That's clearly one of the next big horizons as far as technology development is concerned. 4, there was this, there is this sort of DNA of entrepreneurship that pervades campus. Before you get there, you don't think about entrepreneurship. Once you're there, that's all you can think about. And somewhere, a mix of all of these, and perhaps there are other factors, led to a university which was not only trying to fill a few jobs that industry had, but was trying to actually create the next set of frontier ideas and technologies that could move the economy forward. So in some sense, what we are trying to do here, we had one session earlier this morning and we'll have a couple more after this, is to deliberate upon what we can do in India to get to that point where we have educational institutions that are leading the charge as far as ideation, technology development, research, training, skilling, all of these are concerned. And hopefully at the end of today, we would have made some progress in terms of thinking. But beyond thinking, we also have to think about how we would go ahead and implement. And that's where I think the support of government is going to be critical. I think in India, in the US, you can have these completely private universities that do well. But I think in India, we are at a situation in the history of our country where we need government, academia, and industry to work hand in hand. And hopefully, and I think this is the wonderful part about organizations like CII, because it's the Confederation of Indian Industry, but we have got the Honorable Minister with us, and some people like me who are chairing committees are from academia, so we get all of these groups together. So hopefully, we can continue plodding along, and at some point, really realize all of these visions that we have for India being an intellectual and technological superpower. So with that, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Minister and welcome all of you to today's events. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Malingam, for that insightful start to the morning. To deliver the theme address of the conclave, may I now invite Dr. G.V. Selvam, Chairman, CII, Southern Region, College Excellence Cluster 2025, and Vice President of the Vellore Institute of Technology.
Distinguished guests, respected member of CII, leaders from academia, industry, and dear friends, good morning. At the outset, I like to thank our young and energetic Honorable Minister, Brother Mr. Nara Lokesh, for accepting our invitation. When we started discussing about this conclave, where to conduct and who should be invited, everyone immediately said it should be in AP. Do you know why? When we met the CM, he mentioned about his plan of 2047. He was planning for Quantum Valley. Always he used to say, if a person who thinks about next election is a politician, a person who thinks about next generation is leader. Our CM is a leader. So everyone said it should be in AP. Then who should inaugurate? Then no other option. Our chief guest, young and energetic minister. CII, an organization that has constantly played a transformative role in shaping the nature's future. Through centers of excellence and partnership with the government on policy initiatives and deep engagement with industries, CII has truly been bridge between aspiration and achievements of our country. To all the members of industry here, I see you as partners in the same value chain. In higher education, we nurture deliver professionals. They